The Pepperdine alumni community that Craig and the class of 2024 will join today numbers more than 100,000 graduates who live and work in communities around the world. It is another honored Pepperdine tradition to invite an especially distinguished member of that community, one who has honored the university through their achievements, personal character, and service to the community, to address each year's graduating class. To introduce this year's distinguished alumnus and to present him with this award, I would like to welcome to the podium the president of Pepperdine University, Jim Gash, and the interim dean of Seaver College, Dr. Lee Katz.
President Gash, students, honored guests, in describing the Distinguished Alumnus Award a moment ago, Provost Brewster stressed that the award is not just about professional or public achievement, but about personal character and selfless service. I'm delighted to say that this year's Distinguished Alumnus is profoundly worthy honoree in all three counts. Dale Brown's ties to Pepperdine go back a long way. He earned his bachelor's degree in accounting when this institution was still George Pepperdine College, located at the corner of 79th and Vermont in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood of South Los Angeles. He went on to found a number of successful ventures in the energy, real estate, technology, and construction industries under the umbrella of the Mariah Group, based in his hometown of Midland, Texas. Biblical scholars will recognize Moriah as a place of great meaning in the book of Genesis, a place associated with personal sacrifice and obedience to God. True to that meaning, Dale also created the Moriah Foundation, a nonprofit that supports communities of faith and faith-based initiatives across the country, including scholarships at Pepperdine and our Boone Center for the Family. Truly, Dale has heeded the call from Matthew chapter 10, verse 8, that George Pepperdine made this university's motto, freely received, freely give. Dale freely gives not just of his resources, but of his time. In addition to being an elder at his church, he has shared his outstanding leadership skills with the Pepperdine Board of Regents for almost 13 years now. Dale and his wonderful wife Rita are also devoted members of the Boone Center for the Family Advisory Board, and as parents of 6, grandparents of 29, and great-grandparents of 12, and counting, it says, it's safe to say they have a great deal of wisdom and experience to offer in terms of building happy marriages and loving families. For these and many other reasons, the Boone Center was proud to honor Dale and Rita with its Friends of the Family Award in 2017. And we at Seaver College are every bit as proud to present him with this equally well-deserved honor today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present Dale Brown, member of the Pepperdine class of 1964, with the Seaver College Distinguished Alumni Award for 2024.
Thank you seems far too inadequate to express the way I feel as I stand before you here this morning. Thank you is the obvious words, but it doesn't seem adequate, but that's all I have, so I start with this. Thank you. Thank you to President Gash and the Pepperdine leadership. Thank you to my family and friends who are here to share this day with me, especially my wife, Rita. Our journey began here, and any credit or praise that would come to me is hers by right. And especially I would say thank you to you students today. It means a great deal to me to share this day with you. You embody for me the wonder and discovery of the journey that has been my life. I frankly don't know how I got here, but I know that it started 60 years ago, right where you sit. When I came to Pepperdine, I was naive, but I was eager. I was curious, even though I was very inexperienced. I didn't know really have a plan for my life, but I believed that God surely had a plan for me. While I came here by myself, perhaps it's most important, I was never alone. What we share today is not a place, but the idea of Pepperdine, which is that there are relationships that you've already seen demonstrated as you cheer on your friends, but the culture and the vision that make Pepperdine such an impactful and profound experience for each one of us. I'm honestly not sure how it happened. When I look back, it's hard to pick out one thing that made the difference. I just know that I'm not the same person that I was when I came here. Pepperdine saw something in me and shaped something in me and called out of me possibilities that I could never have imagined. I learned how to think here. I learned a kind of curiosity that continues to make life interesting for me. It was here for the first time that I began to realize how big the world really is. I learned a wisdom that is of what it means to live a rich, full, blessed life. I arrived here committed to following Jesus Christ, and I left with an idea of what that could look like. Since I sat where you sit, I've been around the world and experienced things that I never even knew to dream. I've met with presidents, and I've studied the Bible with a family in their dirt floor home in a far-off land. I was privileged to produce a film with Martin Scorsese, and I've led a group of inner-city boys on a mission trip in Uganda. I've dined with Bono in his home and served a tiny school in Brazil. I've had times when I've had more than I need, and I've had times when it was hard to find two nickels to rub together. I've experienced the joy of family and friendship and faith, and I've suffered the grief of jarring loss. I've been an accountant, an elder, a city council member, a regent, a philanthropist, a father, a grandfather, and as you've heard, a great-grandfather. I wish I could tell you that I left here with a grand plan and I pursued it diligently, but that wouldn't really be the truth. I really left here with a sense that the thing that would drive me is where God leads me, I would follow. And to borrow quite liberally from Robert Frost, that has made all the difference. Thank you for noticing and recognizing the journey that has been my life. Pepperdine rightfully deserves a lot of credit for it. I hope that I have lived out some of the potential that Pepperdine saw in me. I hope you're proud of me. I can tell you one thing for sure, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be from you, be one of you. And whenever someone asks me where I come from, I can stand a little taller, look them in the eye, and say, by God's grace, I graduated from Pepperdine University. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you so much for being a part of this ceremony, sharing your wisdom, your inspirational words with our graduates and our guests. Dr. Katz mentioned earlier that you are the head of a very large family, so it's with great respect and appreciation that I extend a Pepperdine welcome to your guests. Your wife, Rita, I'd ask them to rise as I introduce them. Your wife, Rita, welcome, Rita, who also attended George Pepperdine College. Your son, Kerry Brown, and his son, James. Your daughter, Tricia Brown Wall, and son-in-law, Ben Wall, a double-degreed Seaver alumnus, and their daughter, Olivia. Your son, Alan Brown, a 1995 graduate of the Caruso School of Law, and his son, AJ. Your son, Dr. Randall Brown, daughter, April Brown Cogburn, granddaughter and grandson-in-law, Bailey and Houston Beasley, and your grandson, Dr. Hutton Brown, and his wife, Peyton, who have also brought your great-grandchild, a brand new one, Addison Jane. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us.